After motorists began to complain about hefty fines under the amended Motor Vehicles Act, Union Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari has made it clear that the government does not desire to raise the limits of the fine. Instead, its goal is only to make sure that no one gets penalized and everyone follows the rules.
सरकार को फाइन ज़्यादा करने की कोई ये नहीं है, इच्छा नहीं है। प्रश्न ये है कि ऐसा समय ना आए कि किसी के ऊपर फाइन लगे, सब कानून का पालन करें।
Right, so there you have the Union Transport Minister making it very clear that the idea is to make sure that no one violates road rules, and if they do, they should be prepared to pay a big fine. The idea is not to raise money through these fines, but only to create a deterrent action, or rather punitive action, for those who violate traffic rules. Ayushman Kumar joining us on the phone line. Ayushman, this kind of punitive action perhaps was much needed, because in a country like ours, we've seen road rules are flouted with impunity and traffic norms are not followed. It seems that there are very strong reactions now coming in from motorists, and the Union Transport Minister has asked a very valid question. Why ask, to lower the penalties? Why not be determined not to break any of the traffic rules?
Well, Afrida, there has been a criticism of the new Motor Vehicle Act and the kind of fine that has been imposed on people. There are several cases where people are complaining that their cars, the automobile or the vehicles cost is 25,000 to 15,000 to 25,000, and the challan that has been issued, it ranges from 40,000 to 30,000 rupees. There has been a criticism of that across the state. Remember, in MP, in Delhi also, in West Bengal, the government says that the fine amount is very high. But that is one part of the story. The other part is that the government has to say what Nitin Gadkari said, that merely imposing fine is not the issue. The government wants people to follow the traffic rules. Yes. There has been a spike in number of challan that has been issued. And if you go across the news items, you will find that people are complaining about the challans. They are saying that it would only lead to more corruption rather than streamlining the traffic management in the country.
Right, that's a real concern. But at the same time, Ayushman, isn't it true from your reporting experience that this could instill a fear in the minds of the people, and they will think twice, perhaps many times, before violating traffic rules? And that is something which this country needs, because we've seen road safety is a major issue. Road accidents are a major concern, and much of it is because rules are not followed.
Well, Afrida, we were talking to a few of the senior police officers in the traffic department, and they said that in past 2 days they have seen a dramatic change in people's approach towards the red light and the zebra crossing, and yes, they only expect things to improve. But you have to also remember the fact that it is the national capital or the Mumbai-like city where you see this happening. In the other parts of the country where the policing system is not that strong and the traffic management is not that good, this will not only be disturbing the basic scenario on traffic, that will also help the corruption to go ahead, because people who are not standing on the zebra crossing, they also might be challaned, or they also might get the fine because of no reasons. This is what, in the small towns, it becomes a challenge, while in the bigger cities, it is somewhere giving a good signal. That's what the traffic officials say. But yes, it would be important to see in the coming times how these challan and the high fee get the response from the small towns, where the traffic rules, we know that they hardly exist.
Right, absolutely. Whether these rules will trickle down to the smaller centers remains a question. Of course, greater surveillance should be done, and this should not become an excuse to harass motorists by the traffic police. Thanks for joining us, Ayushman.